My name is Rick Haydon. I've been with the city over 20 years. I was hired by Santa Maria back in 1996 by then City Manager Tim Ness. After a couple of years working for Tim as his right-hand person, I transitioned into the Assistant City Manager role.
When I first came on board on the City Council, Rick was the Deputy City Manager to Tim Ness, so we had worked together in that capacity. And then when Tim left, then Rick Haydon became our City Manager. And so I worked as mayor, I worked very closely with Rick.
When I took over as City Manager, it was some turbulent times. We weren't out of the Great Recession yet. We had multi-million-dollar budget deficits. We had 5 officer-involved shootings within the last 8 months that were unprecedented. And we had a police department that, for lack of a better term, was in chaos.
Being able to move our police department to a newer and larger and more modern facility is fantastic. Plus he brought in Chief Martin and got our police department cleaned up and going in the right direction. I think those are all fantastic. Think about the things that Rick has done in his tenure. I think the most obvious and the biggest is the Enos Ranch project. That's significant, and I know that he was a driving force with that.
I think the Enos Ranch development is a major accomplishment that we've made in the last couple of years as the city. And I think the city's a better place for that. And it impacts the quality of life, and it's better for the residents.
One of the things I like best about Rick Haydon is that he's very businesslike in his approach to running the city. Over the years, I've had issues with clients where I've had to call him or email him, and he's always very responsive, and I really sincerely appreciate that.
He's so much deserving of the Grogan Award because he had such work ethic. I knew Bob Grogan, and he had so many of Bob's attributes. He was a leader, he could think things out, he could solve the problems.
He always has a creative solution, and he looks forward. He's all about budgeting, he's all about execution, and that's just such a wonderful attribute to have for a public servant.
You know, it's an honor to receive the Grogan Award. I knew Bob Grogan long before I came to the city of Santa Maria. He had a statewide reputation. He was a pillar, in the industry, in the city manager profession. The first thanks goes out to the city council that appointed me, and then also those council members that have come since then that I was able to work with. I think together we were able to accomplish a lot of things for the betterment not only of the organization but also the community. Part of being the city manager, I can walk away with a sense of gratification knowing that I think I made a difference.
It was such an obvious award for Rick. And I do want to congratulate Rick. I think it's very well deserved. So happy to be here. It'd be easier to do this live than in front of the camera, but I'm so happy to be here to congratulate Rick.
I appreciate the honor. I appreciate everybody that supported me in my career, the workers, and then also my family, my wife and my kids. So I wasn't home a lot, but now I'm home a little bit more often, and I think they'd like to get me out of the house a little bit more, but it's been a great ride, and it's been a truly pleasure to have worked with the city of Santa Maria.